Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We're in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 20, verses 1 through 16. And Jesus tells the parable of the workers in the vineyard. And we have to remember that when it comes to parables, that more often they're really demonstrating the law more than the gospel. The other thing about parables is that they are sort of like a word picture, and they're not meant to explain everything in detail. And so it says that the kingdom of heaven is like, and Jesus says, a landowner who goes out and hires workers. So the landowner is who? It's God, right? And he hires workers at 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and then 5 o'clock, an hour before quitting time. He agrees to pay each one of them. Well, he agrees to pay the guys at the beginning what was the usual day's wage. And he kept looking for those who were standing idle. Now, one of the things to ask is, who are you in the parable? Are you one of those that were hired at the beginning of the day, or someone who came on, slipped in at 5 o'clock? Who are you in the parable? And this is helping us to understand how we read this passage. And I want you to think about, we sort of indignant that those people that got hired last got paid the same as us. And that's the natural working of the law in our spirit, that everybody has to earn what they get, right? That's the law working in our heart. But I want you to think about this in a different way, that those who are standing idle, the ones who were last hired, think about all the uncertainty they had, that they were worried about how they were going to pay for food and shelter that day, that they had been overlooked, that they had been dismissed. Maybe people didn't think they were worth anything, that they weren't worthy of working. All of these go into the factor of who might be those people who are standing idle. Now, when it comes to time for the pay, the workers think there is an exchange that's on their terms. And so when they don't get paid more than what they agreed to, they grumble. Again, this is about the law, not about the gospel. And they thought they would receive more. And, we want our wages. And one of the things is to mistake that God's salvation and God's rewards are wage. You can never earn them. They're always a gift. And so, the last come, they get paid, they only worked an hour, but they get paid the same amount. And those who were hired first complain. We bore the burden of the day. And you had the audacity. God had the audacity to make them equal. Now, there's the gospel in there. We're all equal because we're all sinners, right? And they think, well, we're not as much as sinners because we've been working really hard on being good, but we're all sinners. And the equalness, the equality that we've received is in the gospel, that it goes to all sinners regardless of how good or bad of sinners they are, right? They all stink with sin. You made them equal. You gave us the same. And the landowner, who is God, says, why do you begrudge me my grace? Why are you angry because I'm generous? And there again is the law working against the gospel, which is in conflict with the law and with this world. And so does God ask you to work for salvation? No. Do you see yourself as a Christian, as a child of God, or do you see yourself as a laborer? And if you see yourself as a laborer, maybe you need to pray about that some more. All it says is first will be last, last will be first. All that matters is you're in the line, and that's the blessing. Thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.